What's the difference between addiction and substance abuse? Substance abuse and substance addiction are often used interchangeably. In reality, people addicted to substances and people who abuse substances are different. While both have adverse effects on an individual's life, knowing the difference between abuse versus addiction will help you understand and remedy the situation. Those who abuse drugs and alcohol still have control over their lives, while those with an addiction have a disease that affects many aspects of their life. People with addiction may seem to only have an abuse problem when in reality their life is beginning to fall apart. Similarly, those with an abuse problem might seem like they have an addiction, but they actually are in control of their substance use. The main difference between drug and alcohol abuse versus addiction is, addiction is a disease that affects most if not all areas of a person's life. A person with addiction often makes tragic decisions that worsen their situation. In addition to the risks and harms associated with substance abuse, those with an addiction also endanger their families and livelihood. They often miss work or school, get into legal trouble, endanger their families physically or financially, have terrible health issues, and other serious problems because of their substance use. Even with these dire consequences, people with an addiction cannot change their habits to improve their situation. This is why many people with addiction end up homeless, separated from their family, jobless, and eventually die from their substance use. Drug and alcohol abuse does not majorly disrupt a person's life. This does not mean that substance abuse is okay. Besides the legal implications associated with it, drug and alcohol abuse causes real damage to the body, mind, and spirit. Risks of infectious diseases, overdose, organ damage, and other bodily harm still exists with even casual use. A person may use mind-altering substances to cope with life's stresses, instead of utilizing healthier habits. This can lead to worsened substance abuse and addiction. Luckily, individuals with a substance abuse problem are able to learn from negative consequences and change their behavior. Clearly laying out the path of substance abuse can inspire an individual to change their destructive habits. This can be something as simple as an honest conversation about drugs and alcohol and where their abuse leads, or something as involved as going to a treatment facility for an instructive session. Either way, the person who abuses needs to understand all consequences of continued substance use, not just to their bodies, but socially, legally, mentally, and spiritually.